Philippine Sea.
I was called a traitor at yung statement ko raw is a disservice to the nation. It came from no less than the spokesman of the Philippine Coast Guard.
Let's put it on record. I did not use the word traitor. I stand by the statement of the President.
Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Ako po si Christian Esguera and welcome po sa ating Facts First episode ngayong araw, February 19, 2025. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat at sana po ay nasa mabuting kalagayan po kayo. Actually, we have a triple header for today. Marami po tayong mga dapat at gustong pag-usapan dahil ang dami po nangyayari sa paligid natin. Para dito po sa episode na ito, ang pag-uusapan po natin ay yung isinagawang hearing kahapon sa House of Representatives kung saan naisalang, sabi ng iba, nagisa, yung isang official ng Philippine Coast Guard. At yung panggigisa, galing dito sa isang kongresista, kay Congressman Rodante Marcoleta, patungkol dun sa pahayag ni Congressman Marcoleta, patungkol po sa West Philippine Sea nung nakaraan. Basahin natin yung mismong sinabi niya dun sa nakaraang pagdinig dyan po sa House of Representatives. Ang quote in question was, ito yung sinabi ni Congressman Marcoleta, "There's nothing as West Philippine Sea. Wala po yun. That is a creation by us." Yan ang sinabi niya. Sa totoo lang po, kahit nabasahin mo pa ang ating mapa or what, there is no West Philippine Sea. Ang West Philippine Sea, yan po yung area na kiniklaim natin, ito yung exclusive economic zone. Okay. As expected, marami po nag-react dito at kasama na po ron ay yung isa po sa mga masidhing tagapagtanggol ng ating interest yan po sa West Philippine Sea at siya po yung makakausap natin ngayong araw at tungkol po ron sa kanyang posisyon at yung paghaharap na rin po nila kahapon ni Congressman Marcoleta. I'd like to welcome to our program si Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson Jay Tariela. Magandang araw, Commodore Jay, and thank you for joining us dito sa Facts First.
Hello Sir Christian, magandang araw sa iyo at magandang araw din sa mga magiging taga-subaybay mo sa episode na to.
Okay. Kumusta Commodore Jay? Medyo mainit yung paghaharap ninyo ni Congressman Marcoleta kahapon. No? How are you now?
Okay naman kami. Actually, okay din ako. No? But let me also mention, no, Christian, after itong mainit na pagsasagutan namin ni Congressman Marcoleta, he went to me, he approached me. We shake hands together at sabi niya nothing personal. At least na-clarify naman na daw siya pagdating sa sinabi niya tinawag ko daw siyang traitor.
Okay, mukhang doon siya na-offend, no? Pero medyo mahaba rin yung kanyang paliwanag doon sa kanyang paunang pahayag doon sa paghaharap ng kahapon. Una, were you expecting that confrontation or that face-off doon sa hearing kahapon?
I'm sorry? Sir Richard? Ano?
Were you expecting that face-off, that confrontation with Congressman Marcoleta kahapon sa House?
Well, I never really expected na magiging ganun yung magiging tanong sa akin. No? Yung una sa lahat, why I called him traitor. Eventually, dinibunk ko naman. Sinabi kong I never really called him as such. And then yung pangalawa, yung tanong niya na nga na bakit hindi ko daw siya dinipensa. I thought ang magiging role ko doon as a resource person is to highlight bakit kailangan nating i-counter itong mga fake news, trolls when it comes to our fight in the West Philippine Sea. I never really thought na it will center doon sa issue ng Twitter post ko and the reaction of the social media netizens.
Okay, balikan natin, no? Kasi nag-react siya rin sa tweet mo, Commodore, no? Bakit ka nga ba nag-react doon sa pahayag ni Congressman Marcoleta patungkol doon sa West Philippine Sea, doon sa binasa ko?
Alam mo, Sir Christian, binanggit ko ito kahapon. When I was asked by Congressman Acop to deliver a message, ang sabi ko, ang pinakamalaking challenge natin sa West Philippine Sea is not actually itong harassment ng China sa mga mais ng Pilipino or even sa Philippine Coast Guard and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Ang pinakamalaking challenge natin sa West Philippine Sea is yung pagkalat ng maling impormasyon pagdating sa mga insidente, pagdating sa posisyon natin, and even sa posisyon ng China. You know, it's very difficult for the Coast Guard, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, to defend our rights in the West Philippine Sea kung ang ating mga kababayang Pilipino divided or hindi nila naiintindihan bakit kailangan nating tindigan ang laban natin sa West Philippines.
Okay, dito sa mismong statement na napauna ni Congressman Marcoleta, why do you think you had to set the record straight? Basahin ko ulit, no? Ang sabi niya kasi, there is nothing as West Philippine Sea. Wala po yun, that is a creation by us. Sa totoo lang po, kahit nabasahin mo pa ang ating mapa or what, there's no West Philippine Sea. Sabi niya, yun yung exclusive economic zone. Tapos meron pa siyang binanggit, no? Ang sinasabi po, inoccupy daw ng China yung ating teritoryo. Sir, sa totoo lang po, if the CICC, yung Cybercrime Investigating and Coordinating Center, and other agencies would cooperate with one another to empower our people, to educate them all, wala pong madideceive kahit ano pang gawin ng China. Kasi alam po na we are all claimants dito sa panig ng South China Sea. Several of us, Philippines, China, Vietnam, hindi po natin alam na ang Vietnam has the most features occupied in the South China Sea. They have 22, China is 14, tayo 8, Malaysia 14, Taiwan 1. Why did you feel the need to set the record straight dito sa pahayag na ito?
Alam mo, Sir Christian, every time I visit different universities, ang simpleng tanong, kapag binigyan mo sila ng tanong na bilang isang Pilipino, bilang kabataang Pilipino, naniniwala ka bang ang West Philippine Sea ay disputed? You'll be surprised. 9 out of 10 ng ating kabataang Pilipino ang naniniwala mismo na disputed ito.
Which is wrong.
Ito yung point ko eh. No? Kung tayo bilang Pilipino, naniniwala tayo na ang West Philippine Sea ay para sa Pilipino at parte ng Pilipinas ito. Imagine ang kabataan natin mismo ngayon, whom we consider as ito ang future ng ating bansa. Among themselves, no? Masusurprise ka from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, from different universities I visited. Ang sagot nila lagi, disputed ang West Philippine Sea. Gagalingan pa nila, sasabihin nila, South China Sea naman daw talaga yan. So, kapag makakarinig ka ng isang politiko in a public hearing, just like what TRICOM did a few weeks ago, at maririnig mo isang kongresista sabihin niyang, hindi totoo ang West Philippine Sea, gawa-gawa lang natin yan. And that is unfair for the Philippine Coast Guard and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Alam natin ang sakripisyo ng Armed Forces of the Philippines dito, ng Philippine Coast Guard at lahat ng ahensya na tumitindig at sumusuporta sa ating pamahalaan para siguraduhin na ang West Philippine Sea ay mananatiling atin. So that is the greatest challenge that we are facing right now. And this is the reason why we are amplifying our efforts to educate the Filipino.
Explain natin na Commodore kung bakit hindi disputed yung West Philippine Sea. Kasi ito nga rin yung naratibong nananaig doon sa mga supporters naman ng China. Pag-usapan natin ito in the context of the arbitral ruling ng Permanent Court of Arbitration. Kung saan nilinaw niya yung maritime entitlements doon sa exclusive economic zone. Okay? So bakit hindi tamang sabihin na disputed ang West Philippine Sea? At kung merong dispute na pag-uusapan, yun ay sa ibang bahagi ng South China Sea.
Well, una sa lahat, Sir Christian, no? Even without discussing further itong 2016 arbitral award, kaya nga sinabi ni Associate Supreme Court Justice Carpio, we have all the evidences to say na atin ang West Philippine Sea. From the Bilarde-Murillo map, from the Treaty of Paris, and Treaty of Washington, it justified ang limits natin. And even with UNCLOS, which is defined clearly the 200 nautical miles from the baseline. So lahat ng areas na to ng West Philippine Sea is in accordance with the historical records that we have and the clauses ng UNCLOS. And not to mention the Philippine Maritime Zones Act that we just recently legislated, na sinasabing itong West Philippine Sea ay the exclusive economic zone ng ating bansa on our western side.
Okay. So yun nga, bakit nga mali na itong sarili nating EEZ kung saan meron tayong sovereign rights ayon sa batas, dinidescribe pa rin ng iba as disputed?
Alam mo, Sir Christian, pag pumunta ka ng China, as early as kindergarten, they would know and they were made to believe na ang 9-dash line, 10-dash line defines their entire territorial sovereignty. Kung tayo dito, sasabihin natin bilang Pilipino, disputed ito at hindi ito sa Pilipino. How can we even convince the Chinese na atin to, di ba? Kung tayo mismo dito sa Pilipinas, ang tingin natin pag-usapan ng West Philippine Sea, hindi yan atin. Pag-usapan ng West Philippine Sea, disputed yan. So, bilang Pilipino, no, I think it is our obligation, our patriotic duty, to at least recognize na ang waters ng West Philippine Sea is actually, we have legitimate position over these waters.
Okay. Doon sa pag-iikot nyo, Commodore, no, na-mention mo na sa mga universities, you were surprised na marami sa mga estudyante natin, sa mga kabataan, parang ang tingin nga nila disputed yung West Philippine Sea. Why do you think this is the case?
Well, there are a lot of reasons, no? Pero para sa akin, ang proliferation ng fake news, ang pagbaba ng tingin ng ating kabataan, at even ordinary Filipinos pagdating sa West Philippine Sea, is pretty much related because of the limited information na ipinapakalat natin pagdating sa West Philippine Sea. At ang pinakamatindi dito ay yung panahon ng nakarang administrasyon. Binanggit ko to sa Kongreso kahapon, for the entire 6 years from 2016 to 2022, there were only 3 incidents na napabalita. No? Ito yung FB Jimber incident kung saan ang mga mais ng Pilipino ay binangga sa Reed Bank. Pangalawa is yung water cannon ng resupply ng Armed Forces sa Philippines. At pangatlo, ito yung Chinese swarming sa Julian, Philippines. It doesn't mean na wala nang ibang insidenteng nangyari dito. Ang nangyari lang, the former administration was had a very limited information na ipinakalat sa publiko. And they always undermine our position in a way na parang tipong they downplay always this harassment of the Chinese government. So, with the very limited information na ibinibigay natin sa publiko, at the same time, meron pang proliferation of fake news na ginagawa rin ng China, highlighting na kanilang kabuuan ng South China Sea. So, you cannot blame the Filipino people from 6 years of the former administration na ang na-institutionalize na sa paniniwala ng ating mga kababayang Pilipino. Na ang West Philippine Sea, hindi yan talaga atin, hindi yan natin pwedeng tindigan kasi magkakagera. Those kind of statements before.
Okay. Yung binabanggit mo, Commodore, na parang disinformation coming from China when it comes to the West Philippine Sea. Nakikita natin yan all over social media, no? Pero unfortunately, we're also seeing certain Filipinos na supposedly merong credibility, pero they're amplifying, di ba, the narrative of China. Ito example, bakit kailangang ipunto na hindi naman registered yan sa IHO, di ba? Hindi parang tinatabunan yung other legitimate legislation, for instance, and evidence showing that, of course, the West Philippine Sea belongs to us and it refers to our 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone dun sa ating west, no? May nakikita ka bang parang really concerted effort to have these Filipinos amplify those talking points by China?
Alam mo, Christian, ang nakakapagtaka pa dito, no, sa mga trolls, no, is that kung ano ang magiging statement ng isa sa kanila, pare-pareho lang din sila eventually. No? They're going to post it to Facebook, to X. Parang merong isang taga-kumpas kapag sinabi nila ngayong linggo ang topic natin ay about downplaying a particular incident. And then eventually will follow. And even those without naming names, itong mga tao na to. Ganun ang nangyayari. So, para sa akin, this is a concerted effort. This doesn't happen randomly. And ayoko na sanang banggitin, no, na ma-politicize din ang issue ng West Philippine Sea. But if you're going to look at also the post of the pro-China trolls, you can also look at their political inclination. Some of them are also supporters of the previous administration. Some of them are supporters of Pogo. Some of them are supporters of Pastor Kibuloy. So, hindi mo maintindihan kung ito ba talaga ay aksidente lang or talagang pareho lang talaga sila lahat ng taste.
Or may pattern. Although kasi on record naman yan, yung pagkiling sa China, talaga nakita natin during the previous administration. Actually, hindi lang pagkiling, pagsipsip. Diba? Ano naman yan? Publicly known naman yan. Pero the other important question is, I know you have this, there is a common response supposedly coming from the government to approach this challenge of disinformation coming from China and their adherents among Filipinos. Can you talk about that strategy? How are you countering this?
Well, the transparency initiative that we have, no, every time na may insidente since the National Security Advisor, J. Eduardo Año, assumed office and the chairmanship of the National Task Force, lagi na natin itong isinasa publiko. Ang dahilan natin kung bakit natin ginagawa ito is for the Filipino people to understand na talagang ipinaglalaban natin ang West Philippine Sea. And secondly, for them to also visualize the sacrifices of our soldiers and Coast Guard sailors pagdating sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea. Minsan, Sir Christian, ang hirap kasi para sa mga Pilipino na ma-visualize ang abstract na sinasabi nating West Philippine Sea. But if you're going to show them itong harassment, water cannoning, for example, dangerous maneuver, or even intentional bombing, mas tumataas, mas nararamdaman ng Pilipino. And that has been our first strategy. No? And then the second strategy, alam mo, Christian, ang laban natin sa West Philippine Sea, obviously, we cannot do it alone as a country. We need to make the international community aware of what's happening, not because we are requesting them for help, no? But for them to understand na ang China ay patuloy na nagba-violate ng international law, na ang China is the one endangering the peace and stability dito sa region natin na to. So, since 2023, no, February of 2023, actually nag-celebrate na tayo ng second year anniversary natin last February 12, no, when it comes to the Transparency Initiative. For 2 years now, lahat ng insidente isinapubliko natin. And when it comes to the Chinese propaganda or misinformation, agaran nating sinasagot ito. We do press conferences attended by the DFA, the National Security Council, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and even the Philippine Coast Guard. Para sa atin, it's important for all of these spokesperson to face the public, respond to the media interviews, para mas mailahad natin lalo kung ano ang katotohanan ng bawat insidenteng nangyayari sa West Philippines.
Okay. Aside from that, Commodore, do you have any other sophisticated approaches in your arsenal, so to speak, to counter this Chinese influence operations? Basically, ganito. No? Yung sinasabi nyo kasi that's the right approach. Sagutin, be transparent with everything, but you would have to rely on organic spread of those information, correct information that you are putting out in public. Eh kung ang kalaban nyo, meron silang tinatawag na social engineering on social media, basically, alam nila kung saan ipapakalat, anong oras, tapos hindi naman totoong tao yung mga ipapakalat, medyo mahirap yung laban, no? Yung dun sa aspekto na yun, how are you countering that? Commodore.
Sir Christian, nawala ako sa signal.
Anong part yun nadinig mo, Commodore?
Yung part na ano ang sophisticated effort talaga natin in countering fake news.
Kasi sa inyo organic yan, di ba? Magpe-press con kayo. Kung ang kalaban nyo naman, socially engineered yung kanilang diskarte, very sophisticated, di ba? Sabi nyo, weekly, ito yung talking points, ito yung platforms kung saan ipapakalat, hindi naman kailangan totoong tao yung nagkakalat niyan, di ba? So, they also have that kind of approach. Ano yung pang-counter nyo naman doon?
Alam mo, to be honest, Sir Christian, we don't have that kind of approach. No? Yung, for example, gumawa ng trolls, mag-hire ng influencers or whatever. Ang one time, tinanong si NSA, no? J. Eduardo Anyo, he was asked when we were in Pag-asa, how can we be more effective in countering fake news? Dahil nag-proliferate na siya talaga. J. Eduardo Anyo responded in a very simple way. Ang sabi niya, we just have to keep on telling the truth. And so far, that's what we have been doing. We're just keep on telling the truth, and we amplify it with media interviews, media engagement, local government engagement as well. We also visit universities to inform the youth about what's really happening in the West Philippine Sea and the importance of our fight in the West Philippines.
Yeah, pero they also have, let's say, mga data scientists and other experts to help you better understand the digital landscape at malaman niya kung talagang nagiging effective yung inyong transparency initiative in the face of this Chinese disinformation.
Well, the Presidential Communications Office or PCO, no, have this kind of commercial software to understand naman what is the public opinion about the West Philippine Sea in different places. So we can at least measure, no, using such commercially available software to understand kung ano ang pulso talaga ng mga Pilipino, anong age group ang may ganito, and based on analysis of the social media platforms na nandito sa Pilipinas.
Meron din po ba kayo, Commodore, na parang, of course, ano to, no, yung Transparency Initiative, I suppose, ano yan, whole of government approach. Pero when it comes to, let's say, institutionalizing certain information to be part of the basic education curriculum, para maituro na itong West Philippine Sea, ito yun, di ba? Meron bang mga ganung diskarte?
2 weeks ago, Sir Christian, we launched the comic book project namin ng National Task Force West Philippine Sea. Ang pangalan ng book na yun is The Stories of Teacher June. We have English version and also Tagalog version. It's a comic book setting, no, that talks about UNCLOS, kumbaga UNCLOS for dummies. Para sa akin kasi, whether you are a lawyer or not, or a professional, sometimes the UNCLOS 101 is not too common for everyone. So we came up with a caricature. We tried to simplify it para maintindihan hindi lamang ng bata, but even the ordinary citizen. And then it also talks about our historical references for our position. It talks about also for the arbitral award and even the fake news efforts of the Chinese government to counter our position. And the last part of the comic book, it talks about the dreams and aspirations ng mga batang characters sa comic book. During the launching of this comic book project, Sir Christian, the Secretary of the Department of Education, Secretary Angara, was also there, and the National Security Advisor. At napag-usapan natin ito, no, na it's important for us to come up with this kind of reference and then give it away to public schools and other public libraries para maintindihan ng mga Pilipino kung ano talaga yung pinag-uusapan nating West Philippine Sea at hindi agad tayo makukonvince na wala ngang West Philippine Sea.
Okay. Lastly, Commodore, pag-usapan naman natin yung kampanya ninyo para maituwid yung mga mali impormasyon na pinapakalat, actually pati mga malisyoso impormasyon na pinapakalat tungkol dito sa West Philippine Sea. In the context of the election, ngayon nasa kasagsagan po tayo ng kampanya. Do you think this should be a campaign issue, itong West Philippine Sea?
Alam mo, Sir Christian, every time na nasa mga universities ako ngayon, tinatanong ako ng mga kabataan, how can they support our fight in the West Philippine Sea? Nung nakaraang taon, ang sagot ko lang dyan is please care to comment for every fake news na makikita mo sa social media platform mo. You can just imagine how big the population of our youth today na mayroong multiple social media platform and they care to comment about this fake news. It will be very difficult for fake news to proliferate kung gagawin nila yan. But this time around, I have another request sa ating mga kabataang Pilipino. Ang sabi ko sa kanila, we should understand na ang laban natin sa West Philippine Sea is pretty much can be fulfilled as well by our voters like them. No? Kung ang ating mga kabataang Pilipino ay tutulong din sa pagboboto ng miyembro ng Senado at Kongreso or even the local government executives na hindi pro-China at tumitindig para sa West Philippine Sea, mas magiging malaki ang tulong nito sa laban natin sa West Philippine Sea, Sir Christian. You can just imagine kung ang mai-elect nating additional na 12 senador sa Senado ngayon ay pro-China or even majority of the congressmen are pro-China, baka mahirapan si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na i-prioritize ang modernization ng armed forces of the Philippines or even for the Philippine Coast Guard to have a significant increase of budget to support our operations in the West Philippine Sea. And I always make it a point, no, na maintindihan nila ito to make sure na they're going to carry out their patriotic duty in electing the right leaders this coming midterm election.
Finally, sa pag-monitor mo, Commodore, nitong mga sinasabi during the campaign or even in the past, are you convinced na mayroong mga Manchurian candidates dito sa election na ito? Siguro senatorial, congressional, or even other levels?
Well, obviously there are, no? Without naming them, obviously there are, even for the local government unit executives. No? These are the type of LGU executives that counter the EDCA sites, for example, that go against the efforts of our US ally in strengthening our modernization sa armed forces of the Philippines. and also for the Congress. But right now, Sir Christian, I'm convinced right now na for the 19th Congress, no, it was majority of them do understand the position of President Marcos when it comes to the West Philippine Sea. Para sa akin, ang litmus test natin was the Philippine Maritime Zones Act and the Archipelagic Sea Lanes. Ang sabi ko nga, the Philippine Maritime Zones Act 28400. Walang nag-abstain, walang nag-disapprove, and 284 approved the passage of the Philippine Maritime Zones Act. The mere fact na kaya nating ipasa ito at the mere fact that the legislative branch of our government is supportive for the modernization of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Coast Guard. It's very hard to say na merong kahit an iota of doubt na masasabi mong merong miyembro sa legislative na Manchurian candidate.
O kung meron man, hindi nagpahalata because of their vote, no? They supported it. Anyway, maraming salamat, Commodore J. Tariela, for joining us today dito sa ating Facts First program. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Sir Christian.
Yan po si Commodore J. Tariela. Nakausap po natin patungkol po rin initially sa kanyang pagharap sa House of Representatives kahapon. Pero more importantly, kung napansin nyo, ang pinag-usapan po natin ay yung paano ba iwawasto, i-correct itong mga pinapakalat na disinformation patungkol po rito sa West Philippine Sea. Tama, no? Sasugan ko lang po ng konti yung kanyang binanggit patungkol po rito sa mga pro-China candidates. Dahil makapangyarihan po ng ating boto sa balota. Gawin po natin, dito sa panahon ng kampanya, busisiin po natin yung mga kandidato. Kunwari, yung mga tumatakbo sa pagkasenador. Balikan po natin yung kanilang mga posisyon o yung kanilang mga ginawang pananahimik habang ang China po ay patuloy po yung pambubuli sa atin, hindi pala sa akin, sa atin, dyan sa West Philippine Sea. Balikan po natin yung mga kandidato na pabor sa China yung mga pahayag in the past or even now. Identify nyo po kung sa tingin nyo yung ilang mga kandidato ay pro-China. Sana wag nyo na po silang iluklok dahil mukhang poprotektahan yan yung interest ng China. Yan po yung isang option na pwede nyo gawin bilang mga botante. Okay. Kung sa tingin nyo naman, okay lang yon, medyo i-re-evaluate po natin yung ating mga paninindigan. Dahil obvious naman po, ang mali po rito, China. At ang binubuli, yung Pilipinas. Yan na po muna. Kita po tayo sa susunod na episode pa.